A chance tonight for voters to learn a little bit more about the politicians who want to lead this province. The leaders of the four main political parties squared off in a debate as the provincial election campaign heads into the home stretch. PC leader Doug Ford, Green Party leader Mike Schreiner, Liberal leader Bonnie Crombie, and NDP leader Marit Stiles participated in the debate in Toronto. Well, healthcare and specifically family doctors were among the issues discussed. Here's what they said.
It would take an additional $12 billion just to get us up to the average. That's why you have rural hospitals closing their services. That's why 2.5 million people don't have a doctor. We need to make the investments that the Ford government has failed to make.
The healthcare crisis that we are in right now, the hallway healthcare crisis was invented by the previous Liberal government. But Doug Ford and his government have poured gasoline all over it. We have a crisis in our province right now. He can talk about how much he's spent on healthcare, but the reality is, talk to any Ontarian about the state of our healthcare crisis right now. It's terrible.
I'd like you to look into the camera, and I'd like you to tell the people at home who lost loved ones while they were on the wait list what you did over the past 7 years to fix our healthcare system, because it's broken. We're in crisis, and you're bragging about what you've done. It's been an abysmal failure.
Doug Ford?
Well, Bonnie, what I will tell you, there's a reason why Dr. Jane Philpott, a liberal minister, comes to our team. It's very simple because she sees the vision. She sees that we're building healthcare. She sees that, again, backlog surgeries. You know something? We have less backlog surgeries per capita than anyone in the entire country.
All right, with a recap and some analysis, let's go to CTV's political analyst, Scott Reid. Thanks for joining us here live on CP24. Leading up to this, you said that, it was really up to Bonnie Crombie and Marit Stiles to try to overthrow Doug Ford. This is a last chance opportunity for those two leaders to try to, gain our attention, gain our votes. Do you think that was a mission success for those two?
I don't know if they've absolutely changed the course of the campaign, but even that clip shows you that Doug Ford spent most of the night on his back foot. He was on defense from the get-go. Healthcare led the debate off, and it returned over and over and over again. And if you're Doug Ford, you really wanted a debate that would allow you to talk about Donald Trump, tariffs, and your plan to fight back against the threat that he poses. And frankly, Ford didn't get a lot of room to have that conversation. Most of it was spent trying to defend his record on healthcare, trying to explain, as he just did there, that he's hired a woman named Jane Philpott, who used to work at Queen's University, and before that was a federal health minister, to fix this problem. And he found himself under constant fire.
And do you think he survived, though? Do you think he has a pretty sizable lead here? Do you think that's going to take a hit after something like this? And it's a debate, and we understand that these might not have too much of a change in the landscape, as you mentioned, but how do you think he fared being on the defense?
I think the strength of Ford is that he doesn't really get flustered in these situations. He took the punches, stood still, stumbled forward, kept moving. So I'm not certain that anybody really took him completely apart. But overall, the course of the debate, for people that were watching, it wasn't set on the issues that he wanted to focus on. We'll have to see whether or not now the opposition leaders can be successful in marketing the clips that came out of tonight and trying to tell voters now's the time to pay attention and to steer the campaign away from Trump and tariffs, which is Ford's strength, and that's why he's so far ahead in the polls, toward health care and there's other issues that we know Ontario thinks the Premier is not doing as well on. But it's going to be in their hands to make this, because I'm just not sure we're going to find that so many voters were watching that it can fundamentally rewrite the campaign.